I'd like to begin our presentation with the Edwin G. Zacher Award. This award is given for outstanding service and contribution to the profession of structural engineering. The Zacher Award is intended to acknowledge those individuals who have made significant contributions to SEONC, such as through exemplary committee participation and leadership. The award has traditionally been given to a member who has demonstrated extraordinary service over the most recent 5 years. It's my pleasure to introduce Jim McGanum to present the Edwin Zacher Award.
Thank you, Emily. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jim McGanum, and it is a pleasure to introduce this year's Ed Zacher Award winner. I actually met Ed in the early 1990s and had the opportunity to work with him on a publication for the Council on Low-Rise Buildings. I witnessed firsthand his dedication to service and commitment to advancing the structural engineering profession. Above all, what stood out to me about Ed was how humble and kind he was to everyone he came across. Now on to this year's winner. Before I dive into some of his professional accomplishments, I want to give you a little insight into his personal background. He grew up in a small town called Murphy's in the Sierra foothills, about 90 miles southeast of Sacramento. He is the son of 2 school teachers and has 2 sisters. He grew up playing sports and excelled at running track. He is an avid fan of the Golden State Warriors and Oakland A's, although I'm still trying to get him to come over to the Giants. He attended Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and graduated with a master's degree in architectural engineering. We first met when I interviewed him for a full-time entry-level position. I was immediately impressed with his technical skills and ability to convey his thoughts clearly and concisely. He spoke with confidence and exhibited a level of maturity well beyond his years. The moment that sealed the deal for me was when he described in great detail his summer's experience at the last summer and comprehensively explained lateral design for one of his projects, from load path to collector design. Truly amazing. Needless to say, we made an offer to him on the spot. The first impression was a precursor to things to come. During his 6 years at KPFF, he has consistently performed at a high level while rising through the ranks. His project work has included complex seismic evaluation and retrofit projects such as Latham Square and 350 Parnassus, the lateral design of the new Orville Hospital wing, and the hospital replacement building at Marin Health's Medical Center in Green Bay, where among other things, he was responsible for the design of the loading dock structure and sunken garden, both pictured on this slide. There was nothing straightforward about the Marin Health project, yet he was able to break down difficult design challenges using straightforward and rational engineering principles. This ability also shone through during the construction phase of the project as he quickly gained the contractor's respect by consistently providing creative solutions to resolve difficult field issues. In addition to his accomplishments as a project engineer and manager, he has been a valuable mentor to younger engineers in our office. He is always willing to put aside whatever he's working on to help train and teach younger engineers a new task. He has also given numerous in-house presentations on new code developments, lessons learned, and project management tools. Outside the office, he's active professionally and gives back to the community. He is the current chair of SEONC's Public Outreach Committee, which promotes public knowledge in structural engineering and provides members with ways to make a positive impact on the community. He has participated in a number of Rebuilding Together events, as you can see pictured here, and has served as Building Day captain multiple times. Furthermore, he has also been a volunteer for the ACE Mentor program, which introduces engineering and architecture to high school students in the classroom. I am confident this will be the first of many awards and recognitions throughout his career. Everyone, please join me in congratulating Derek Averett as this year's Ed Zacher Award winner. Derek, you're off to an amazing start, and I wish you nothing but continued success and happiness in the years ahead.
Thank you for the intro, Jim. I'm very honored to be receiving this award tonight. I'd really like to thank the award committee for choosing me for this award. When I look at the past winners, I see a lot of very respected engineers within our profession, and I'm honored to have my name included as well. I heard some great things about Edwin Zacher from Jim, who worked with him for a time, and it's a privilege to be presented with the award in his name. For the past 3 years, I've been the chair of the Public Outreach Committee, and it's been quite the learning experience. Prior to becoming the chair of the committee in 2018, I had not really been involved in SEONC other than attending some monthly dinner meetings and YMF events. I took over as the chair after a coworker of mine moved out of the Bay Area and was looking forward to a new challenge. Being thrust into a leadership position within SEONC came with a lot of struggles, but also the opportunity to take charge and improve my personal leadership skills while figuring out a direction for the committee. The past year has presented a lot of challenges in keeping the committee active and engaged, given that our main activities every year were typically large in-person volunteer events like Rebuilding Together. However, this year has also been especially rewarding for a number of reasons. The support from the SEONC board has been extremely helpful in not only approving our funding for our initiatives, but also actively checking in on our progress throughout the year and attending meetings as necessary to quickly move things along and cut down on slow communication. Martina Spica, the vice chair for the committee, has helped so much in seeking out many ways to take on responsibility and learn how to run the committee. Her dedication has been a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. In the past years, I've been hesitant to hand over the reins of the committee without knowing it's headed in a clear direction, but this year I feel confident it'll be in good hands. The most rewarding aspect of this year has been creating a youth outreach program with the National Society for Black Engineers Junior chapter in the Bay Area. We started creating this program with NSBE Junior back in January when Emily reached out to see if our committee would be interested in participating in the collaboration. Over the past 5 months, we've been working to develop a youth outreach workshop using structural model kits that we hope will spark an interest in structural engineering for the next generation. We're scheduled to have our first virtual workshop with NSBE Junior later this month and plan to continue collaborating with the organization for years to come. Through this workshop planning, I've also had the opportunity to get more involved in NCSEA, the national level of our organization, which has been a great resource for sharing information and ideas with other engineers that are trying to set up similar outreach programs across the country. It has really opened my eyes to the impact NCSEA can make on a national level when we're all working together towards a common goal. Before I go, I'd like to thank some of those that have really made an impact on the Public Outreach Committee's success over the last 3 years. The following people have been regularly attending meetings and volunteering their free time and work on the weekends the whole time I've been the committee chair. Alan Roberts, Kylan Vale, Patrick Tabucci, Robert Norton, and Martina Spica, thank you so much for everything you've done. I also owe a special thank you to everyone who's been involved in the NSBE Junior Model Workshop, as there's been a huge time commitment involved with that initiative, and I appreciate all the work from the entire team. I'd also like to thank my parents, family, and friends for providing support for me over the years. There's been some very busy and chaotic times, and knowing that I have such a great support network to help me through them has made a huge impact on the type of work I've been able to do at SEONC. Once again, thank you to the committee for this great honor. I look forward to many more years of SEONC involvement to come.